at the horses. Look at the horses. I love animals. Hey people, love animals. It's gonna be a bitch to find that crosswalk button. Oh, cool. So I am a bit one of those freaky, nerdy physics guys who really enjoys physics. I think it's like really damn cool. And this is why I like it. I'm on a motorcycle and I'm not doing anything. The bike doesn't need me. I can kind of guide it around a little bit without touching the handlebars. But I love the fact how physics works. It makes motorcycling possible. Although I'm really fucking up this bike. The seat's different. I'm not used to it. But I love it. I love riding. Alright. There's the Strider physics tip of the day. So, if I had to pick a bike between fuel injection and carburation, I gotta admit, I think that's totally dependent on what it is that you're going to use it with. Like, if you're going to be using like a dirt bike and you're going to have it off-road and you're going to be maybe going through water or something like that at some point, you've got to, well, I mean, you don't have to, but I think carburation is a wiser way to go. And the reason why I say that is, if you have a problem with like a fuel injection system off-road, what are you going to do to fix it there? You're kind of limited in what you can do to solve your problem, whatever that does happen to be at the time. However, like if you have a carburetor, you can just take a can of like brake parts cleaner or something like that, and you just spray it out, and you'll be good to go, more than likely. But now that doesn't carry over. Like if you go in the water, I mean, it's not really ideal, but you can probably get away with, spraying some WD-40 in there. And that's why it's called WD. I'm not sure some people think WD-40 is a lubricant. It's not. WD stands for water displacer. It was made back in World War II. If I remember correctly, it's from Vietnam. The Jeeps would go through the water, and the carburetors would, or not, maybe not the carburetors, the engines would flood. It's good with carbureted engines this time anyway, though. And so they needed a way to have the Jeeps up and running. So what they did is they came up with a chemical, and on the 40th try, they came up with something that would work to displace the water inside the engine, and the soldiers could continue on moving. So, WD-40 isn't really a lubricant. It just pushes water away, which is not the same thing as a lubricant. It's just not in any way, shape, or form. So, it's important to know the difference between them. But what I'm saying though is, in a pinch, you can probably make that work. And if it's worse than that, you can probably take it apart and, empty out any gunk that you somehow got into your carbs. With a fuel injection system, there's no saying with what really is going on. If you've got your engine reader and all that with you, you can see if there's a misfire or whatever else it is, some other complex system. But beyond that, you really can't diagnose what it is very easily. So it's a choice you got to make for a street bike. Fuel injection's pretty nice. You don't have a choke. It's pretty damn reliable. If you go riding from semi-sea level up to the mountains, you're not going to have any power loss really. I mean, you will, but not a whole lot. like with a carbureted bike though, if you go up to the mountains, you might have to take an extra set of jets with you and change it then. Or you just kind of deal with it if it's only like for the day. But I mean, like if you buy a bike down at sea level and then you take it up to the mountains, you're not going to get the same performance. And depending on how high you go up, it could be quite sizable even. So that's fuel injection versus carburation, guys. I don't know. It all depends on what you're doing with it. Simple enough. But yeah, it's a pretty beautiful day. It's a bit warm, if I'm honest. But it's pretty comfortable right now. I got off work early. I finished machining up my bits. I'm technically a professional machinist. I'm just not a master machinist, but I am a professional. So finished doing that work early than expected, and so now gonna go grab Persephone, jack her up, pull the tires off, and look at this car. You can't get over it. Oh, that cracks me up. Anyways, so I'm gonna go grab Persephone and jack her up, and then go get new tires put on. I haven't decided on whether or not to use the Pirellis or the Michelins. Now, Pirellis are what I've had for the past 14,000 miles. I'm not sure. The Michelins, from what I've heard, have really good grip, and they also last a little bit longer, which would be nice. But if they last longer, that also means the compound isn't as soft. So I don't know. I've had Persephone over on her pegs a couple times, not a lot, but a couple times. And for my bike, that's a pretty damn that's a pretty decent angle there. So you know, I'm pretty happy about that. But if I change compounds, that is going to affect what I'm able to do with the bike and how it feels and how it rides and things like that. Plus the Michelins cost more. Look at this old car. Look at that. That's pretty damn cool, isn't it? Ford Deluxe. That's a pretty car. Ooh, look at this too. Very cool. Kind of neat to have an exposed V8 like that. I like it. It's like a naked bike, which is what I love. Anyway, so alright everybody, I'll leave you all with a sexy car photo. Alright, take it easy.